What is going on, y'all? Shields up. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick, or it's intended to be, I should say, just a quick message about what you need to know at the moment. I should be actually laying down to go to sleep, but I just, I was guided to read instead. So here we are. It just be like that sometimes. So yeah, let's see what is going on with the collective at this time, Spirit. What do we need to know at the moment? Whenever they're seeing this video, what is the message? What do we need to know? Just right now, moment. Whoa. Interesting. So 3 came out. First one is stand on your motherfucking square, stay grounded. Okay. Next one is this person is aligned with your current level of healing. If you're unhappy, there still may be some things that you both still need to work through, either together or individual. And then we have false twin flame. Okay. So that's interesting. Some of you may be dealing with a false twin flame at this time. This person may be challenging you in some type of way. Okay. It feels like it's very important for you to stand on your boundaries. Ensure that your boundaries are well established and executed. Okay. Yeah, because this is a karmic connection. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. And then we have reinvent yourself. It's time. So some of you, this is really about restoring, reestablishing. I'm hearing reestablishing yourself. Okay. Like I'm also hearing rebranding. Some of you may be considering rebranding yourself, rebranding your business. Okay. This will be a good time to do that. So let's see. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective? What is the message? Anything else? Okay. So yeah, y'all are essentially in this energy of leveling up and leaving people behind, literally. Stay strong, believe in yourself, never give up. Okay. Some of you can use a bit of motivation at this time, some inspiration. I feel like it's just important to keep in mind that I'm learning myself, that motivation is fleeting. Okay. It's like you have to kind of get going in order for motivation to really be supportive. It's temporary, right? So for long-term success, that's where the discipline comes in. So, and that shit is not easy. This talk about discipline and shit like that is not an easy feat. Do we have Treasure Island at the bottom though? That is a really beautiful energy. So like I said, y'all are in this energy at this time of leveling up. Okay. It's really important to make sure that you're not letting connections, especially people from your fucking past, pop back in on their time at their convenience and disrupt your inner peace. Okay. I feel like some of y'all needed that reminder. Like, don't let people from your past pop back in and disrupt your inner peace. Like, fuck to the no. That's what we're not doing. Type shit. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective? What is the message they need to know in this moment? So yeah, it feels like some of y'all may be having people from your past that are popping back around. We are coming out, I feel like, of the shadow phase of Mercury, of the end of Mercury retrograde. Yeah, exactly. New life here. So it feels like some of you are, I'm also hearing breathing new life. You're breathing maybe new life into something, into yourself even. Okay. But this new life card does also speak of new opportunities. Okay. So that could be what some of you, why Spirit is it feels like kind of like going really hard with this message about shielding your inner peace at this time, not letting other people come in and rock you, knock you off your square, get you emotionally, invested in a reaction or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like someone's trying to make you react. Don't give them that satisfaction. Okay. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit, from this deck regarding the spread? Anything else? Yeah. It's like people can feel that you're leaving them behind. They can feel that you're leveling up in some type of way, especially if y'all don't talk anymore. Milk and honey at the bottom with the change in the wind. Yeah, you're really being asked to be flexible at this time, okay? Because things are changing. It's really important for you to know that your needs are being met, okay? You may be receiving a message from this person, or there could be, like I said, a new opportunity that's coming through. You may be receiving an email. This could be coming in the form of an email. You could be getting a text message. Okay, it could be a voicemail is also what I'm hearing. That could be, it's just different modes or ways of this new that's, coming to you. Okay. It's like spirit feels like spirit is trying to prepare you for something. Okay. I'm not sure that yet if this is whatever this is that's coming through is something from the past that's like coming in as if it's new, but it's really not. I feel like that's maybe for a very select few of you, but others of you, this more so feels like this need to allow yourself to fully release what you know isn't for you, or what you know doesn't serve. Okay, I feel like for some of you, this false twin flame card has to do with a connection that's coming up this time. That some of you were so like invested in this person being your twin flame, but really they're not. Okay, I feel like some of you, maybe certain ways that they're acting, certain patterns that you're observing is going to make it obvious to you that that is not in fact your twin flame. Okay, that they won't treat me, my twin flame wouldn't treat me like this. My twin flame, my real twin flame wouldn't do this to me. You see what I'm saying? It's like some of you at this time are really being asked to acknowledge those things. Okay. Allow yourself to really see where this person may be trying to fill this role that isn't accurate. Okay. So let's see. Attraction. Yeah, your energy is super magnetic at this time. So that could be easily, part of why you have people from your past coming back, because they can feel your level up. They can feel the magnetism, the growth that you've been having, that you've been experiencing lately, the healing you've been doing for some of you. It's like this person can feel the shift in your energy and they're not even near you. It's like you guys may be in different cities, different states, different parts of the world, and it's like they can feel your upgrade. And that's why it's like some of you are really, being reminded that you have new things coming in. Okay, self-reflection may be important at this time as well. For some of you, there's something you're already doing, otherwise it would benefit you in doing so. Okay, resilience. Some of you are carrying baggage that you don't need to carry anymore. There's new things that are trying to come in for you, and I feel like that's where the self-reflection is important at this time, is to be able to identify and discern what's yours, what's helpful to keep, and what needs to be released, what you shouldn't have been carrying, what can be let go of, however that applies. Okay. Because you have way too many good things that it feels like are coming in at this time. Okay, that spirit needs you to be ready for, needs you to be available for. Okay, especially in the area of love. All right, it feels like some of you may be aligning or being positioned to align with someone that has a spiritual purpose, like meaning your connection with this person has a mission of its own in this lifetime. Okay, and that's why it feels like for some of you this message is coming clear, it's coming through so intensely about this false twin flame thing, is because it's like some of you are continuing to invest in a connection that is not what you think it is. Okay, it's false, it's deceptive. Okay, and so spirit needs you to allow yourself to really accept that, right? So you can align with who is actually meant for you, because y'all got fucking work to do together. Okay, this definitely may be painful. Okay, this may cause some type of, this may have been, kind of like felt like heartbreaking, right? Because it feels like some of you had a real deep connection with someone, and it's understandable, right? And when we have such, intense connections, it makes us think like, damn, that must be my twin, right? Because it's so intense, it's so passionate. But unfortunately, those are not always accurate signs as to what a twin flame is, if that is something you believe in, if that is something you subscribe to. A bunch of passion and a connection doesn't mean that they're your twin flame. Okay. So, let's see. What else, Spirit? What do they need to know this right now moment as it pertains to this spread? What is the message for the collective? Who are we talking about? What are we talking about? What's going on here? There's a major arcana you can give us about who this is. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles that came out. So, this feels like someone you've been really, like I said, investing heavily with. Like y'all have been maybe working together. You may have met this person at work, or maybe this feels like I said somebody that you've invested a lot with. Okay, and that could be what's making this, what for some of you is making this difficult to accept. Is because of the time, the energy, the effort that some of you have put into this. that makes sense why it will be difficult to, you know, feel like this isn't for me, or believe it would make it difficult to believe that this person is not who I thought they were, right? Because of all that you've invested, which, you know, like I said, is understandable. But the quicker we allow ourselves to accept the truth of a situation, to see the truth, right, the faster you can move on to what's supposed to be, you know, what is for you, what is actually for you. What else, Spirit, for the collective? Back starting to hurt. 9 of Swords. Some of you already, or I feel like some of you have already been aware of this, okay? Some of you maybe have been really like focused on your work to avoid this, okay? That's not going to be for everyone, but for some of you, it's like some of you been kind of like really just had your head down, really try not to think about it. Some of you, I feel like, because you know the truth. Deep down, you know what time it is. Deep down, you know that this connection is not what you wanted it to be. You know, and it's like some of you are mistaking this person for a twin flame, but really this person is a karmic connection, meaning someone that is just here to teach you lessons. Someone that is just in your experience, based off of certain decisions that you made. You had to learn. There are things that, you know, it was like, oh, we're ready for taking that lesson, are we? Oh, okay. You know, and the universe honors that. This is something, you know, as individuals we chose. So let's see, what else, Spirit? What is the message? What is the message? High Priestess. I feel like some of you already can sense this, okay? Things are definitely changing. Some of you, but like I said, some of you can sense that this was, you know, because the Wheel of Fortune definitely represents karmic connections, cycles, okay? A cycle that some of you hadn't yet closed out. Like, for example, if this was like a work situation, right, where some of you have, maybe it's like a habit for some of you to date people that you work with, right? And some of you really thought this person was the one, right? But it's really not. Some of you, your intuition is telling you, and it's gonna benefit you in listening to it, okay? Because it feels like whatever it is that some of you are needing to know right now, it's not being shown to you in the 3D. So that's where your intuition comes in, to still give you the information that you need, even if it's not showing up physically. Okay. It'll still give you, you know, you'll still be able to benefit from it the way you need to, even if it isn't shown like on a card, like something tangible, right? You just have to be willing to be open, right, to receive. So let's get the overall, what is the overall message here, Spirit? What do we need to know? This overall message. 9 of Wands. So this is about resilience, okay? And the resilience card is there at the bottom of that oracle deck. So this is about your resilience. This is about, you know, changes that are coming, preparing yourself for them, standing 10 toes down on how far you've come and what's ahead, okay? This is like you have not that much left to go to get to where you're trying to be. So it's going to be important for you to stay on your path, allow whatever is trying to leave your experience, allow that shit to clear so you can make it to your destination with your goals, your mission, your accomplishments, whatever it is that you're trying to do right now. You're the Fool at the bottom. So it's about new starts, okay? Taking a risk, taking a leap of faith. There may be a new opportunity that some of you are thinking about that is really going to benefit you in a positive way. And it may require you to put up some sort of a boundary to really defend. Some of you may be put in a position to defend yourself as, you know, a decision that you're making, defend yourself as to why you're making a certain choice, or, you know, something like that. And I think it's just important for you to also remember the title that people hold in your life, okay? That it's just that. It's just a title. So that means that if their opinion doesn't serve the highest and greatest good, okay, then you need to just, you know, listen to yourself, okay? Only you really know what's best for you. So just things to consider, right? So let's clarify this energy, see if we can get some more context as to what the heck we're talking about here. 3 of Swords, High Priestess, Page of Pumpkins, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be someone, like I said, wanting a new start after a breakup, someone wanting to start again, someone actually wanting to take the time to invest and learn, learn about you, learn who you are. Okay, this could be coming on the tail end of someone that kind of like took this for granted. Okay, that wasn't really serious about the connection in the first place. Okay. There could have been things that they were hiding from you as well. All right. So let's see. Spirit, clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Why is that here? Why is the Eight of Pentacles here for the collective? The Hangman. So this is about surrender. Okay. Surrendering to what is, right? So even, for those of you that have like maybe been investing in something, investing in a connection, whatever, it's kind of like accepting that it is what it is, right? But it is up to you what you continue to do. Do you continue to, play the same role in the situation that you're playing, or do you decide to do something different that's more in alignment with what you need and who you are, right? Because something is stressing somebody out here. Okay. Whatever it is that you are, that's like maybe for some of you plaguing your mind, keeping you up at night, it's going to be important. You know what to do. Intuitively, you know what to do. And it is going to help you. But some of you are just really being asked to surrender to whatever that is. And some of you are maybe having a really hard time, focusing maybe on your work and kind of letting this situation with this person be whatever the fuck it is. It feels like some of you would really benefit by trusting what your intuition is, however your intuition is guiding you at this time. It knows what to do. Even though you don't want to hear it, it's always going to be honest with you, right? Clarify the Nine of Swords, Spirit. Why is it here for the collective, please? Where's the Nine of Swords here? Queen of Wands. Yeah, so this is about being confident in yourself. Okay, this is about taking action from a place of confidence. So even though something may be, creating some sort of fear, okay, maybe about surrendering this connection, then maybe after all the effort you put in, some of you are really afraid to let something go. And that's completely understandable. But this is about also trusting that what spirit is telling you, that intuitively that there's only good can come from this situation. But this is now about acting, responding from that place of confidence, responding from the place of, I know that this is ultimately the best thing I can do for myself, right? And really trusting, okay, yourself when you when this opportunity presents itself. How do I respond? Some of us ask for a different version of ourselves, a different realm, a different reality, a whole different life experience, not realizing that that's how you get there, is based on the way you respond to circumstances, situations as they come up for you. Do you respond the way you always do, which is maybe from a place of self-doubt, a place of fear, a place of lack, okay, a place of abandonment? Or do you respond from a place of trust, a place of support, a place of clarity, of divine alignment, right? It's up to you. So clarify the High Priestess, Spirit. Why is that here? Clarify the High Priestess, please. Why is that here for the collective? Ace of Cups. Like I said, this is confirmation at this point, okay? Ace of Cups. So this is, again, following your intuition and knowing that the universe is gifting you something on the other side of this, okay? As soon as you surrender to whatever this is, or allow yourself to shift your perspective about the situation, that's also what the Hangman speaks of as well, is, focusing on your work and allowing yourself to see this situation differently. See it from a higher bird's eye view, right? From the eagle, the eagle's eye view. When you allow yourself to see situations from that standpoint, it makes it so much easier to not only navigate but find a solution. Okay, so some of you are really being asked at this time to shift your perspective about a situation, especially this false twin flame. Some of you are letting it really break you down, really taking you out of character. And if you allow yourself to see that, oh shit, this is actually putting me in my confidence, this is actually aligning me to true love that is really meant for me, my real person. Okay, this is just showing me that, testing myself, testing how much I trust myself. I'm grateful for that, right? Allow yourself to find gratitude in your when you allow yourself to find lessons in your challenges, right? It makes it so much easier and faster for you to navigate those situations and experiences. And then that way too, you're less likely to return and come back because you've learned, right? You passed that class, you don't need to retake it, right? It's the same thing. So Spirit, let's clarify the why is the Wheel of Fortune here? That was fast. What I fucking say? What I fucking say? That card came out so fucking quick. It jumped out all on its own. Okay, two of fucking cups, like I fucking said. I can't even make it up. Anything else, Spirit, for this Wheel of Fortune? It's a whole brand new connection. It's a gift literally from the divine. This one is somebody that it could be a Capricorn, but this is someone you're about to be so fucking obsessed with. This person, the way they may be coming on to you may be so strong that it feels like it may scare you. Some of you might find fear in this person because they're like demeanor is like so intense. The way they feel about you, how they're approaching you, how they're talking to you, it's like you could tell this person is gonna be obsessed with you. Like like I said, it could be a Capricorn, okay? But this person, yeah, it feels like this person is definitely gonna knock your socks off because they're not only like addictive, okay, but they're attractive. They're very attractive. They're confident, okay? They're strong. They're passionate. They're intense. I'm just saying. So, like I said, make sure you're moving from discernment and not fear, okay? Don't let fear make you keep things around that you know aren't for you, okay? You have to trust that there is way more and better on the other side of whatever this is that some of you are being guided to really let go of or surrender to. Shift your perspective about, okay? Like I said, especially for those of you that are having a hard time with accepting that this person I really thought was my person, right? And just coming to the conclusion that they're really not. Because if they were, they wouldn't do you how they're doing you, right? I feel like it's taken a lot for some of you to come to that conclusion. And this is your confirmation that things are literally, like literally shifting for you in a very positive way. Okay. But you have to allow yourself to step out of fear and into confidence. Okay. Being confident that this connection that is on its way, that's aligning to you, that you can maybe feel but not yet see, is exactly what you need. It's someone that's going to actually fight for you, someone that's going to actually defend you. Okay. Let's see. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Spirit, why is that here for the overall outcome message? Why is the Nine of Wands here? Knight of Wands. Very interesting. So, whoever this is someone who is passionate. They're on their way and they're coming in fast. They're coming in hot. This person may definitely be younger than you, okay? But it feels like they also, I'm hearing a high schmex drive, high libido, okay? So I'm just saying, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, it doesn't matter. Whoever this person is, they got a high schmex drive, okay? So it feels like some of y'all are, you maybe gotta like, whoa, slow down, you know, type of energy here. So let's see. Spirit, anything else for the collective as pertains to the spread for the outcome? Any other messages? Six of Wands and the Temperance. Yeah, this is something that is it's gonna be exactly what you need, and you've been waiting on this. You've been patiently waiting on this. Okay, this whatever this love that it feels like is one that's going to be healing. This is something you've been waiting on. It's going to be healing to your body, healing to your mind and your spirit. Okay, yeah, this is someone who it feels like is also very supportive. Okay, someone who gives you the love, the attention, the affection that you need. Okay, this person is not going to be someone that starves you. They're not going to starve you for their love. They're not going to starve you for their affection or their attention. Okay, and that's what you've been waiting for. That's why Spirit is telling you, or really asking some of you to really shift your perspective about this twin flame, about this that you know isn't for you. It was just here to teach you. For some of you, like what I learned from who I thought at the time was my twin flame, what that taught me was was that we aligned with each other, right? Like we had karmic contracts that we, signed up for before we came to this lifetime. And, it was just to teach us things. I learned my lessons. I can't speak on their behalf, but I learned what that all was trying to teach me. And it took, over a course of years, but I've still been able to accept the fact that they're not my overall, end all be all person either. You know what I'm saying? And when I got okay with that, it's like life really started to shift in a very, very positive way. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, man, I can't say I know where I would be if I stayed in that situation, in that situation ship. Okay, that I knew wasn't going to go anywhere where I know I deserve for it to go. Um, what I deserve to experience, I knew it wasn't going to ever be that. So, it took me time, but I had to eventually get to a point where I was just like, I have to accept that this is simply not for me. It could have been, it maybe should have, it may have was supposed to have been, but both people have to do their part, do their respective, parts in the situation to hold their end of the contract. Both parties have to do the healing work, have to go within, have to be on the path. I stayed on the path, but the other person fell off. And that's okay. That's their journey, right? But I had to accept that. But because, our paths took us in different places in that way, that this isn't my person, and in the way the looks of it, they're not gonna get there this lifetime. And that's too, that's okay. But, that's just something I've had to accept. That's, just a little bit of my story, but or I won't say story, but my previous experiences. Okay. Um, so yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I really trust that this reading was supportive um, in any way that you may have needed it to be. Okay. Again, these readings are timeless unless otherwise specified. They're general in nature, so they're not going to resonate with all of you. It's not meant to. Okay. So please take what seems like it applies to you and leave what else, whatever doesn't. I do have Sagittarius energy here as well as Capricorn. So, you know, yeah. Scorpio energy with Aquarius at the bottom, Empress, Taurus energy. Okay. So any of those signs may be of significance or maybe a hidden influence. So take a risk. Do something you ain't done before. I feel like y'all are used to going back, but what's going to be different is you getting rid of somebody or letting someone go and actually letting them go. That's what some of y'all are being asked to do in this situation. To not do what you normally do, which is let them back in. Give them chance after chance after chance after chance for you to keep taking the class over and over and over again before you finally learn that, oh shit, it's actually time for me to have a new cycle. It's actually time for an aligned connection that actually serves my highest and greatest good. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's here, but you have to be willing. You have to be willing to take the risks. You got to be willing to answer the call. You got to be willing to respond from a place of confidence and let in exactly what the fuck you asked for. Okay, this is wish fulfillment. You've been asking for this. It's ready to come to you, but are you willing to let it in? Are you willing to let it in? That's the question, right? Just saying. Got to answer that call, right? Are you willing to shift your perspective? Because it feels like the longer you sit in this energy of, stubbornness for some of you, that's Taurus energy, right? Of stubbornness and just kind of like, no, I want what I want and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You miss out. Just saying, things to consider. So, anywho, if you enjoyed the reading, please let me know. I love to hear it. Drop it in the comments down below. Like, subscribe to the channel if you have not. And until next time, y'all, I'm outie.